Let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. Placing faith in Alum, the Texas facility where Josh Duggar is serving his 12.5-year sentence, is FCI Segoville. The 36-year-old was taken into custody in April 2021 on charges of CSAM. Supposedly, Josh is having a wonderful time behind bars. His superstar status has gotten him the therapy, according to sources. But now there are rumors that Josh is getting a different penalty. To find out what happened, continue reading. Josh was once in the news for all the wrong reasons. A source said he lives in a renovated dorm with all the modern conveniences, such washers and dryers. Rumor has it that his room became an honors dorm, housing mostly convicts with prison jobs. It would seem that Josh is being given preferential treatment by being allowed to remain in the hostel even before he starts employment. The source went on to say that he's acquiring a degree, which would allow him to remain as an exemption. Even another insider said that while incarcerated, Josh has been signing autographs like a superstar. It seems like the former Counting on star had a rough start to the year 2025. A jail informant has informed us that inmates like Josh are seeing their monthly phone allotment reduced from 500 minutes to 300 minutes. The 300 minutes of calls would also incur a price for the convicts. A charge of 6 cents per minute will apply. Some families would be devastated, as the source went on to say, since it would further strain those who are already suffering financially. However, it seems like the Counting on Alum will be oblivious to the changes because of the luxury of his family. Even more surprisingly, he became a media darling when he was seen donning the luxury of sunglasses and shoes while incarcerated. In addition to addressing the prison's urgent requirements in areas like programming, personnel, and contraband interdiction, the improvements were made to reallocate resources to those areas. The number of admirers wondering whether Anna still pays visits to her spouse in jail is high. But pictures of the Counting on star in Texas have surfaced in recent months. According to her supporters, she may still be in contact with Josh, as some of them were near his jail. A lot of individuals have advised Anna to go out of Josh's life and start again. Even though he committed terrible things to her, she appears determined to remain with him. Many were particularly concerned about one of Anna Duggar's last images because of the apparent weight increase. It has been suggested that she could be battling depression. While spending a long term in jail, Josh Duggar, the controversial former reality TV star of the successful shows 19 Kids and Counting On, keeps making headlines. A new twist has emerged in Duggar's continuing legal and personal story, as new reports outline a further sentence inflicted on him inside the federal prison system. In 2015, Duggar's public image started to crumble when previous accusations of improper conduct came to light. He had been a major character in his family's conservative, faith-based television business. The reality program hosted by his family was later canceled. The conviction of Duggar in 2021 on charges of having child sexual abuse materials, CSAM, was the most devastating blow, however. He has been serving out his over 12-year term in federal prison. Even though Duggar is in jail, he continues to be a media darling, thanks in large part to rumors of inmate disputes and disciplinary measures. According to these accounts, the individual is having a hard time adjusting to his new life in prison. Rumor has it that Duggar's continuous infractions of jail regulations are the root cause of the current disciplinary punishment. Duggar allegedly had a contraband cell phone on him, which is a major offense in the highly regulated prison setting. Prison rules forbid convicts from using mobile phones because of the serious security threats associated with inmates being able to contact with the outside world while being watched. Strict regulations are in place to ensure that inmates in federal correctional facilities are unable to engage in unlawful communication. The acquisition and use of cell phones by inmates necessitates their access to prison smuggling networks, a serious offense punishable by harsh penalties. There was a swift inquiry and disciplinary hearing when Duggar reportedly used a smartphone to bypass security safeguards. Duggar allegedly had to deal with a slew of punishments because of this transgression. Inmates who disobey the rules of the institution may face a variety of consequences, including severance of privileges and harsher solitary confinement. The penalties allegedly meted out to Duggar are as follows: discontinuation of visitation rights, It is possible that Duggar's ability to receive visits from his wife, Anna Duggar, and their 7 children was halted. For many prisoners, visits are a means of survival, offering much-needed psychological support. Duggar may feel even more alone if he were to lose this luxury. Solitary confinement, or the hole, is a typical penalty for major rule infractions and carries a lengthy duration. Inmates sent to solitary confinement spend as much as 23 hours a day alone in their cells, with little opportunity for social interaction. According to the reports, Duggar's behavior may have landed him in this very limiting setting. Inmates may no longer have access to the prison commissary, where they may buy food, toiletries, and other personal products, as well as recreational privileges. Further restricting Duggar's already limited daily schedule is the possibility that he may lose access to leisure activities. Decreased good conduct time. Numerous prisoners get time off their sentences as a reward for excellent conduct. Nevertheless, Duggar's total jail time might be increased if major offenses, like as drug possession, lead to a decrease in these credits. For Duggar, this is far from the first time he has been the target of prison discipline. According to earlier accounts, he had disagreements with both other prisoners and prison officials. It is unclear whether he is adjusting to life in federal detention and making efforts to rehabilitate himself, given his incapacity to abide to prison regulations. The public's response to his most recent sentence has been varied. Although some see the punishments as fitting for a person found guilty of such heinous acts, others maintain their compassion for his family as they face life without their patriarch. Throughout Duggar's legal problems, his wife Anna has stuck beside him. But she and their big family surely bear the emotional and practical cost of his continuing struggles in jail. Despite the current sentence, which may temporarily limit such visits, Anna, who has been somewhat secretive in recent months, reportedly still brings their children to see their father whenever feasible. Onlookers have recognized the difficulty of her juggling 7 children on her alone, while also coping with the consequences of her husband's behavior. Some have questioned Anna's decisions, and others have praised her tenacity for being faithful to her marriage. Everyone in the Duggar family has been watching Josh's legal problems with great interest ever since they were revealed. The patriarch and matriarch of the Duggar family, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, have been very silent on their oldest son's arrest. But they've taken a major hit to their hitherto unblemishable image among conservative Christians. A number of Josh's siblings have cut ties with him, while others, such as Jill Duggar Dillard and Jinger Duggar Vuolo, have spoken out about the hurt and betrayal they endured because of him. And further example of the broken family dynamic is the book that Jill and Derek Dillard wrote about the effects of Josh's behavior on their life. The latest penalty for Duggar is only the latest in a long string of disappointments for him, but it also highlights how difficult it is to maintain discipline and order in prisons. His life shows how illegal acts have far-reaching effects, impacting not only the guilty, but also their loved ones. As of this writing, Josh Duggar is still serving his term in federal prison. Both within and outside the jail walls, as well as in the court of public opinion, there will be more challenges down the line. From a distance, his loved ones and admirers wonder whether he will find a way to reform and take responsibility for his actions, or if his prison term would be characterized by other scandals and their aftermath.